Yeah, like in Tableau, the first question is like, what is the difference between live and extract connection? So what is the difference between a live and extract connection? So when we go for a live connection in Tableau, normally Tableau generates normally Tableau generates .tds file. Tableau generates .tds file. So yesterday we discussed about .twb file, .twb. So that is Tableau workbook. .tw is Tableau workbook, and we do have a we discussed about .twbx Tableau package workbook. Tableau package workbook. So we have Tableau workbook and Tableau package workbook. But so when you're working with a connection, so a connectivity, right? So that is very important. So we can connect to any particular database. So from here, by using Tableau, so you have an option called connect or add data source. You can connect to Excel, or already we discussed about the connectivity, right? But when we connected to a particular database, so we have an option called live connection and extract connection. So we have an option called live and extract connection. So now when we connected to live connection, so when we use live, so by default in backend, right, in a database side, if we get a real-time data directly, it impacts in a this particular application. So we don't want to change anything because it's a live connection. So if we are working with the real-time transactions or something, right, so you can directly showcase in a into a reporting tool by using a live connection. So if a record inserted or updated or deleted or anything, right, so it straight away impact into this particular editor or into a reporting tools. So that is called as a live connection, or it is called as a direct connectivity. So live connection is a direct connectivity where we can work with a live database. We can work with a live database. But in some cases, right, so live connection degrades the performance. In some cases live connection degrades the performance, and extract connection improves the performance. But it depends, like it depends on the number of records. It depends on the number of records and the data what we are dealing with. So normally we know the actual concept of reporting, right? So we know the actual concept of reporting tools work. So we have a database connection. First we have a simple database connection or a data warehouse. So then on the top of data warehouse we are connecting to a reporting tools. So so we have a data warehouse, and we have a reporting tool. So we can straight away connect to a database, right? We can connect straight away to a database and you can work on. But so whenever we connected to a particular database, whenever we particular connected to a particular database or a data warehouse, so we establish a connection that is called as a live connection. We establish a connection that is called as a live connection, or normally it's a live connection, but we do have an editor called live. So we just want to know whether it is a live or an extract. So it's a live connection, right? So connect directly to a data. So it depends. But the functionality of a reporting tool is, so we are not writing any SQL queries, we are not writing any SQL queries to the database, right? So we're just drag and drop, or we are just dropping a fields here. I want to showcase category wise sales. I want to showcase category wise sales. I'm just drag and drop category and sales into my sheet so that I can showcase this particular report. But the actual functionality of a tool is, the tool, any reporting tool generates SQL query. So any tool generates SQL query. So this is very important. Any tool, right, it generates SQL query to the backend, or it fires SQL query to the backend or a data warehouse or a database. So that is very important. So for a better performance, when we when it comes to performance wise, right? So we can go with a live or we can go with an extract. So which one gives a better performance, then we can connect to a live or extract. But live is a live data or real-time data, but extract is a static data. But why we go for real-time data and why we go for static data? But in normal reporting tools, right, in every case, so we are going to use URLs or this particular connectivity or everything. So by using Tableau, I want to publish this particular workbook to server. So I want to publish workbook to server. You can click on publish workbook if you have a server connectivity, but the actual case is, right, so whenever we are going to create these reports, we are going to create these reports within a Tableau or within a simple reporting tool. Just remember, so I'm creating a simple report, so I want to showcase this simple report to the user. So this particular report to a user, it is not possible because a user has to install Tableau server in his laptop or a PC, and you need to, or we need to send this particular workbook to him. We can email or we can go for different, like we have to send this particular Tableau workbook, and he needs to double click or he need to open this particular workbook to showcase this a report. But it is not the actual reporting, because as a developer we need to install the tool, we need to install, or we do have a setup for infrastructure organizations, right? So we are going to generate or we are going to develop this particular reports for the end users, but the users are going to log into the server actually. Or you do have a, like if you want to see a simple cricket score, right, we are going to see, we are going to go to the, any website like ESPN Cricket for us something, right? So similar to that, if you want to book a ticket, right, you can go with IRCTC, right? IRCTC. So this is an application or this is a simple URL. So, or if you want to showcase or if you want to see your account balance or something, right, you're going to log into your internet banking, net banking. So these are the website for your related vendors or something. So if you're using ICICI, you can log into ICICI. So if you're working with a different client, let us take my client is ICICI. I am a customer for ICICI. So I want to see my account balance. So I'm logging to my ICICI internet banking as a account holder. So with my user ID and password. Similar to that, so in this particular reporting perspective, so the same reports are going to publish, to the server, publish workbook to the server, and we do have a URL. So this particular client or a B are going to provide the URLs or the main server name, right? So by using IRCTC or ICICI, similar to that, the client website, right? So we are going to publish to the client portal, and so the users are going to log in and they are going to generate or they are going to view this particular reports. That is the actual case. So never we are not going to install for each and every person, like so no need to install this Tableau software and no need to go for a reporting. So this is simple, right? So whenever we are working with the reports, so normally uh, the discussion is about live and extract. So this is very important. So whenever we are working with the real-time data, normally reporting tools generate SQL. So we are not a database developers. A reporting tool is going to generate a SQL, or it is going to file the query to the database or a data warehouse, and it generates the report. It's in a backend. But so whenever we have a multiple joins or a multiple conditions or a calculations, right, multiple joins or calculations, right, so some of the calculations will perform within a SQL engine. So in that particular case, so it degrades the performance. So if you're working with a live connection, if you have a huge number of records, no issues with that. But if we have a live connection, and if that particular data, right, if we have a more number of join conditions and calculations, it degrades the performance. So if a user runs a report, right, if it is taking 10 minutes of time, simple, if a particular report is taking 10 minutes of time, so no user can accept this particular report. No user can accept this particular report because we have to wait for 10 minutes to generate a simple report. So why we go for this particular reporting tool? So I can switch over to another reporting tool which gives a better performance. So Tableau has Tableau has that powerful feature where, so in a traditional BI, right? So in a traditional BI, we do have a cube related information, so a OLAP or a MOLAP. MOLAP is nothing but multi-dimensional OLAP, multi-dimensional. So now normally a live connection is something like a ROLAP. So relational database or a relational RDBMS thing. So it takes a primary foreign key relationship and we do get a real-time data by using a live connection. But extract is similar to MOLAP. Extract is similar to MOLAP. So it is similar to cube, but it is not a cube because we are working with a server related info, or like a server side. So when we working with a live connection, so sometimes it degrades the performance, sometimes it degrades the performance. Just remember, so if that particular application degrades the performance, right, you can go with an extract, you can go with an extract. But we discussed, right, extract connection is a static, extract connection is a static. But if you want to make use of real-time data, so normally in a server side, normally in a server side we have an option where you can subscribe, we can use schedulings, schedules or subscriptions, schedules or subscriptions. So just remember, this is very important point. So we can schedule a static data, or we can schedule this particular extraction for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes. So in Tableau we have a limitation, we can subscribe for not less than 15 minutes. So we can go for a 1 hour or a monthly basis or a weekly basis or a hourly basis. So we have to schedule this particular static data and we can go for a scheduling to get a real-time data. So this is this part comes, right. So this is where in a server side, this is where in a server side. But just remember, for a better performance, just remember, for a better performance we can go with a extract connection, we can go with an extract. So we have a live connection and we have an extract connection. So now just see, we have a live connection, but I do have a, I just discuss like a live connection, right? So for a live connection, Tableau generates .tds file, Tableau generates .tds file. So just remember, so for a live connection, Tableau generates .tds file. But for an extract connection, Tableau generates .td file, Tableau generates .td file. So this is important, like I can showcase the differentiation. Just go to Tableau. Now when we are working with live connection, you can save a workbook, you can save a workbook, but it does not show the .tds file. But I can showcase in my particular lab .tds. So now you can see, so this is the symbol of connectivity .tds file, sample superstore data. So we are dealing with sample superstore, it's a .tds file, sample superstore. So by default Tableau generates .tds file, but when we are working with .td, or that is called extract. So what is meant by .tds and .td? .tds is nothing but .tds is nothing but Tableau Tableau data source, Tableau data source, and .td is nothing but Tableau data extract. So we are going to extract some part of data or all the records, but it generates .td file, it generates .td file. So it generates, live connection generates .tds file and extract generates .td file. So just go here, like click on extract and click on edit. We have an option called edit. So now you can filter out unwanted data, now you can filter out unwanted data. So this is very important. Like click on add. I want to filter out unwanted, or click on region. So region by sales, right? So I have 4 regions here: south, east, west, central. So I want to filter out, I want to use only south and central related information. So click OK, click OK, and just remember, like I just forgot all these things, but I just want to make use of a filter. Click OK. Now just go to sheet 1. Now you can see when I click on a sheet 1, right? So when I click on a sheet 1, so now you have an option called, now you'll get an editor or a save this particular .tdf file. So you have to save .tdf file, or you can go with a February 2016. So this is my extraction file. Just remember, this is my extraction file. So February 2016 is my .tdf file. So click on save, click on save. So now you can see the symbol. Now you can see the symbol order sample superstore. So just go to data source, just go to data source, click on sheet 1. I want to save this workbook, save this workbook as February underscore 2016, the same as a my workbook. So just go with the Tableau package workbook. So click on package workbook, click save. So I saved on our desktop. So now you can see, uh, can you see this particular symbol? So it is similar to extraction. So right click, you have lots of options here, you have lots of options here. Just differentiate the symbol of a order sample superstore file. Just go to data source. Now click on live connection. So we can convert live connection to extract, and extract to live. We can convert live connection to extract and extract to live, but it is not referable from here, not from the data source level, but just check with the live connection symbol. So I clicked on live connection. Just go to sheet 1. Now you can see the symbol of order sample superstore database side. It's a symbol, right? It's a simple database symbol, or a simple symbol where you can showcase a tick mark. So just leave it. But now the symbol of database size is, it's a simple database symbol. So now click on data source, go with an extract, go with an extract, click on sheet 1. Now you can differentiate with the symbol. So this is an extract. So just remember, when you log into a particular tool, right? So when you are working on a particular tool, right? So you can estimate whether it is a live connection or an extract connection by using this particular symbol. So you can easily differentiate whether we are using live connection or extract connection. But already discussed, Tableau generates .tds file by using live connection, .tdf file for extract, and just go to sheet 1. So we can convert. So can we convert? The question is, can we convert live to extract and extract to live? Can we convert live to extract, extract, and vice versa? Vice versa. So live to extract and extract to live. So yes, it is possible. So just go to Tableau. Now right click. You can make use of use extract. You have an option called use extract. So click on use extract. Already we have using an extract, so we unchecked use extract. Now you can see it's a live connection. Or I done with a simple filtering option here. So when you click on an extract, now you can see extract includes subset of data. So here just go to edit. I have only central and south related information. So in my extraction I have only central and south related information. I just want to differentiate with the live connection and extract connection. So this is region by sales. This is region by sales, and click on a simple bar chart and drag and drop region into color, right? So drag and drop region into color, and you can showcase a limited thing. So now this is central and south related information. But now right click, uncheck use extract. Now you can see all the 4 values. this is a live connection because all the data. So but I want to use only subset of data or a extracted data, so click on use extract. So this is the differentiation between live and extract, right? So if you want to extract some part of data, you can extract and you can use into .tdf or a .tde file. So this is simple differentiation, right? So I already saved my workbook here, so just go to my desktop and saved as February. So this is my workbook, package workbook, right? And I want to save this particular workbook into different location. Control X, and so here I just want to copy here, right, February related information, and so I just want to delete. So okay, so now you can see I do have a February related workbook here. It's a package workbook. It's a package workbook. So now right click on a package workbook, right click, and you can click on unpackage. You can click on unpackage. So now you can see February related information. It's a workbook, February 2006 Tableau workbook, and double click on February related data, Tableau US dot. Now you can see February or a Feb underscore 2016 Tableau extract. So before, right, when I created an extracted file, when I'm saving this particular .td file, I saved as February 2016. But when you create a package, it default, it captures that particular data. So already we discussed about hello, like already we discussed about this information, like a Tableau data extractor. So Tableau data extractor. So you can save, you can go with a, so normally like normally when we create or when we load images, right, normally when we create or when we load images, so by default when we create a package, it captures like it is going to create a it is going to create a simple dot extraction. So here already we have seen like a difference between workbook and a Tableau package workbook. So workbook is different and a package workbook is different. So I just created an extract. Now you can see Tableau package workbook where it stores .td file as well. So it stores .td file. So this is where you can differentiate because if you have a .tds, right, it captures all the source of data, and if you're working with a .td file, you can see the extraction data as well. So this is the importance of a Tableau package workbook. But just go with the Tableau. So now you can differentiate with the data as well, like data wise you can convert live to extract. So data wise you can convert live to extract and extract to live. So you can use extract, or you can right click on a particular data source, and if you want to use an extract file, you can use extraction. So it depends, but so first we need to check with the live connection. Never go straight away with an extract. Just remember, extract gives a better performance, but never go straight away with the extract connection. So it too burdens on a server side. So we are going to store some part of data into server. So work with live connection. If that live connection degrades the performance, you can go with an extract connection, right? So next we have a concept like in an extract. So if you are working with an extract, so click on edit. So you have an option called aggregate data. So if you want to aggregate across a different level, you can work with quarter, year, or so you can set this particular data at a aggregation across month level. So but normally we do prefer the lowest level of granularity, but just we have an option called as an aggregate data for a dimensions. So we can set the aggregation level across a different level. So this is not preferable. So but we have an option called incremental refresh. We have an option called incremental refresh. So we already discussed extract. We already discussed extract is a static. Extract is a static database, right? So when we are working with static database, I want to insert a new column. I want to insert in a new column in a backend. So when a record inserted in a backend, right? So when a record inserted in a backend, so when you are working with a scheduling or a subscription, I want to load newly loaded records. I want to load newly loaded records. So that is called as a insertion. That is called as a insert of new records. So how the functionality works? How the functionality works? So normally in a Tableau, so I want to load a new record. I want to load a new record. So if you want to load a new record for only extraction, so no need to go for a incremental refresh for a live connection, because live connection is a direct connection. So if we have a new record in a backend database, right, it is also going to reflect within a reporting tool. So that is a live connection, because every time we are going to hit a database. But extract is something like we are going to store subset of data. It's a static. So if you want to make this particular incremental refresh as a dynamic, or if you want to capture the newly loaded records, right, so we have to go for a insertion. So that is the concept of insert. So pure insertion is based on primary key. Insertion is based on primary key. So why we go for primary key? Because primary key does not allows duplicate values. Primary key does not allows duplicate values. So based on primary key, you can set a simple key column. So we do have a different columns, but I'm just using row ID as my primary key. So just think over. So if we want to perform an incremental refresh, so just remember, if you are going to insert a record, you can go with the primary key, right? So if you are going to insert a record, so let us take emp number and salary. Just forgot about e name. So I have 100, I have a 10 or a 100, salary 2000, and I have a employee ID 101, salary 3000. So this is my data, right? This is my data. So now if you're working with a static, so this is static, control C. So this is snapshot of data. But if you connect, or if you directly connect to this particular Excel, right, it loads only two records. But whenever an employee joins in an organization, 102, so he's taking salary 3000. So a newly loaded record has to reflect in my reporting site. A newly loaded record has to reflect in my reporting site. So go with incremental refresh. Go with incremental refresh and perform an incremental refresh by using primary key. Perform an incremental refresh by using primary key. So any key, but you can go with the primary key. That is more flexible because it does not allow duplicate values. It does not allow duplicate values. So primary key is a unique key and it does not allow duplicate values. But if you want to update, if you want to update a record, let us take an example. So I have 3 employees, but this particular person, right, so having 3000. So when you go for updation for primary key, it is not possible because already we have all the 3 employees. But if you want to update a particular record, so based on date related column, date updated, or any column, so date related column, so based on date related column, you can perform updation. So for update, you have to go with a date updated column. So date updated, so by using date related columns we can go with the updation, and by using primary key we can insert a new column. So just uh, remember, this is a simple concept where you can increment or you can load newly loaded records by using incremental refresh. Identify new rows using column. All rows will be added. Identify new rows using column, so that is called as a incremental refresh. that is called incremental refresh. So click OK, just go to sheet 2, now you can see, right click, extract. So now you can go for a refresh incremental or refresh full. So if you want to go for a full refresh, you can go for a full refresh, or if you want to go for a refresh incremental, you can also go with a incremental refresh, right? So incremental refresh, right? So it gives a better performance, because if we have 10 lakhs records, if we have 10 lakhs records, so for every time, right, full refresh is not possible because it takes 1 hour or a 2 hours to load again that particular data. Full refresh, it takes lots of time, so full refresh does not work in this particular case. Full refresh does not work in this particular case. So just go with a newly loaded records. Just go with a newly loaded records, that is called as an incremental refresh. Incremental refresh. So just work with full refresh or incremental refresh, but by default full refresh gives a better performance, and incremental refresh gives like a full refresh, okay, but if you're working with a huge number of records, it gives a better performance, like we can load only newly loaded records. So that is a powerful feature of incremental refresh. And once, like you can work on, like so this is the important point, like full refresh and incremental refresh. So but normally in a real-time perspective, right, in a real-time perspective, we can go with incremental refresh. This is a better option in a daily wise. Every day, right, we are going to do some incremental refresh, but for a better results, right, so I do have gone through some of the blogs, and so I came to know that so better to go for incremental refresh, and for every week, right, or every month, so better to go for a full refresh for one time. So weekly one time, better to go for a full refresh, so that it is more flexible, so that you can load all the fresh data. So it depends, like but preferably you have to go with the incremental refresh daily wise, but if possible we can go for the full refresh for every week. So every week, right, so if in a non-working hours or a non-business hours, you can go with a full refresh on the top of server. It depends, but incremental refresh gives a better result. It does not burdens on a server, does not burdens on a server side. So this is the importance of a Tableau incremental refresh. So you can use extract, or you can go with a live connection. You can use extract, or you can go with a live connection. So that is the difference between live and extract. So this is very important topic, like difference between live and extract. So we will learn, like, so Tableau or a .twb and .twbx, and we came to know that we have a connection called live connection, and live connection generates .tds file. And extract connection, extract is a static data, where for a better performance, right, we can go with an extract if live connection degrades. If live degrades, we can go with extract, and extract is going to generate .td file. So Tableau is going to generate a .td or Tableau data extract for a extract connection. So this is about connectivity. So you can work on with a live or a extract. So it depends on a data, and it depends on a performance wise. And when it comes to this particular Tableau editor, right, Tableau editor or a front page, so you have rows, columns, filters, pages, marks card. So 60% of this particular tool can be possible by using marks card. So everything, every point of view, right, so you can go with any particular charts from here. You can go with increase of a color, or a you can apply some color. You can go with the size, labels. So almost like a 60% of this particular views is possible from this particular marks card. So this is very important. Marks card is very important. So you can work with marks card. And so I can showcase, no issues, but I can showcase. But so just remember, we have the toolbar, and we have a connectivity. So from here we can also connect to multiple databases from here, like from by using Tableau you can straight away connect to multiple databases. Click on MS Access database, browse. Like I just want to work with a multiple database, like I do have a data, so MS Excel, so I have a sample coffee chain related information. Click OK. So now you can see, so just drag and drop coffee chain here, like it's a sample data. Just go with a new sheet. Now you can see there are two databases here. There are two databases here, or a database connectivities. So you can work with one particular database and you can work with another database. We can discuss on whether we can connect two databases and we can work on. So that is called Tableau data blending. So we have an option called edit relationships. So this is called as a Tableau data blending. So we can work on, but we can discuss later. So connectivity wise, you can connect to any particular database or data source and you can work on. So here we have a marks card, already discussed about marks card, rows and columns, right? So click on order sample superstore, right click on coffee chain, and I want to close this connection, right? So now a simple rows and columns, right? So drag and drop category into rows. So you can have three rows here. Just check here, you have a three rows here. So three rows, just drag and drop sum of sales. So this is a row level data, but make so or move this particular category into column. Now you can see only one row, only one single row, but you to get a three columns, you to get a three columns. So it is not mandatory, to place a category into rows or a dimension into rows and measure into column. It is not mandatory to place a dimension into row and measure into column. So it depends if you want to convert. Now you can see, just drag and drop category wise, region wise sales. So I'm getting 12 rows here. I'm able to see 12 rows here, but I want to make this particular report more clearly. For every region wise. So just drag region into column. Now you can see only three rows, but I'm able to see region wise sales, region wise furniture wise, region wise sales. So you can customize this particular report, or a that is called as a cross tabbing or a pivoting. Pivoting is something um, you can move rows into columns or columns into rows. So anything is possible, but it depends on a user requirement. Anything or everything is possible, but it depends on a user requirement. So we can create any particular report, but strict to the user requirement. And here in a region wise sales or a color wise or a category wise sales, you can apply some color, you can increase some size of the labels, right? You can increase the size of the labels. But so whenever we work with a particular measure, right? So now you can see, so just drop or uncheck labels, so you can showcase with the images. So sum of sales based on a size related information, right? So it depends, but we can discuss with the views later. But we do have marks card. So in marks card, so just go with the marks card first. So in marks card we have color, color, size, labels, tooltip, and detail, and the last one is prompted. The last one is prompt. So prompt is nothing but a not prompt, so it's a dynamic. It is not a prompt, like the meaning of a prompt is a dynamic. So we do have marks card, like color, size, and labels, tooltip, detail, and size. So you can make use of color, edit color, and you can differentiate, or you can apply some different color as well. You can apply different colors as well. So apply only range of colors. So central with light red color, east with a normal red and a slightly red, and you can go with a west with a thick red. So it depends on a color coding. So you can differentiate, with the color. But so size is similar. If you apply with any view, right, if you're working with any view related information, or you can drag and drop show me here. So if you want to work with a view related information, like click on a bubble chart. So now you can work with the size. So based on a size you can decrease or increase the size. So it depends, but like, or I want to make use of a size based on a profit. So now drag and drop based on discount actually. So you can drop any field, say sales. Now you can see, or profit, you to get a negative values. Normally profit has a negative, so it depends on the size. So this is the importance of size. And when it comes to label, right, so uncheck labels. Now you can see there is no labels here. Uncheck labels or check labels. Now I can showcase the labels, right? Or uncheck or double click on a text, so you can remove these values, delete. So click OK, and drag and drop sales into labels. Sorry, drag and drop sales into labels. Now you can see, you can showcase the labels or values, right? So it depends, but click on labels. You can increase the font of labels. Click on bold, increase the size of a label. It showcase better. I want to showcase in a red color. It depends, like if it is flexible you can apply some color or black color. So this is simple sales. Or if you want to make use of a customization, right, you can go with the format, number format, currency custom or number custom. So prefix rupees, like space rupees. Now you can see rs. So it depends, like it depends on a customization, but so whether we can apply or not. So this is important. And we have a tooltip. So normally if we have a more number of values, right, normally if we have a more number of values, just drag and drop product name. So you have a 1841 records product name, and click on sales. This is product wise sales. Just go with the show me and apply some same bubble chart, package bubble. So we do have a lots of records here, so it is not possible to differentiate, but just drag and drop differentiate with each and every category wise, right? Just drop category into color, so you can differentiate it with the category wise products. So this is simple. And I want to apply some borders. So you have a transparency, just decrease the transparency, right? You can go for a transparency as well. So this is transparency, and I want to apply some border. So now you can see this is the border, so it is more visualized thing. So now you can go for some selection. If you want to keep only, click on keep only, and you can showcase only those values, or you can exclude the filter. So these are the values, but it is a faster tooltip. As discussed, Tableau is a faster tooltip. So when you mouse over right, so uh, it is that much faster. You can showcase each and every label. So now you can showcase. But as discussed, we have discussed with color, size, labels, and here we are discussing with a tooltip. So why we go for a tooltip? So I want to showcase sales value. Now you can see 882 for a one particular project, Cisco related. So mouse over 17,000, but I want to showcase more in a visualized or a more clearly. So click on tooltip. So my requirement to showcase sales, click on bold. So already in a bold, I want to increase the size of a sales and apply some color, right? Click on delete, like apply some color. So click OK. Now you can see it is more clear. So if you want to showcase the sales value, right, so it is more clear to showcase the tooltip. So this is customize the tooltip. But I don't want to showcase technology, or I don't want to showcase furniture related information. So that is called category related information. I want to showcase only product name. But if you don't want to showcase the thing, right, so you can go for a here comment is not working, but you can go for a deletion. So you can go for a deletion and click enter, sum of sales. make use of some bold color or some color. So go with a red color, so and increase some size, right? So click OK. Now you can see it is more clear tooltip, so you can showcase the actual sales of a value. So this is the importance of marks card. Marks card, so you can go with circles. If you want to showcase in a bar graph, okay, it's deleted, so no problem. Like you can differentiate with a marks card or so you can go with any type of view, but it depends on dimensions and measures. But so this is where the powerful feature comes into picture, like faster tooltip, faster tooltip, label, size and color, label, size and color. So yeah, this is what like today's discussion, like about live connection, extract, incremental refresh. So we discussed about incremental refresh, live, extract, and we already explored .twb and a .twbx file, and we can go with differentiation, but for now, right? So uh, this is what, like, marks card is very important, marks card and a normal views. So from tomorrow, like from tomorrow I'm going to start with simple views or a sheet level data or a simple creation of a normal reports or a views. And I'm going to start with types of filters. I'm going to start with types of filters. So this is what, like so yeah.